welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the 10 best players in the NBA end of the season episode. It's been a while. The season ended quite a while ago. I did have majority of the lists before the playoffs started. I won't say whose list I didn't have. I'm sure you can figure it out by now. So there may have been some bias in there from certain people. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see after watching some of the playoffs, you know. Maybe Wade will hit on that in a little bit. I don't know. But that being said, yeah, we're here to talk about the end of the season, top 10 players in the NBA list. There, I will say there are some changes. There are less players receiving votes this time than last time. Last time we got really, really spread out. There are less, but there are still quite a few guys that got votes didn't make the list. All five of us regs are here. So I think that's all the housekeeping I have. I think we can get started. And coming in at number 10 is none other than Jalen Brunson, who has been on the list all season. He was as high as 7 and as low as unranked. 3 people had him at 7, and 6 people actually left him unranked.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So he only received 6 votes to be on a list, which is actually tied with somebody that missed the list.
Well, explain that, because they got the same number of votes.
But it depends on where the rankings are.
Oh, okay.
So he receives 3 7th place votes, and I don't think, well, the other person we're talking about is Kawhi, and I don't think Kawhi received a higher than a 9th place vote.
Oh, okay. Roger that.
So anyway, 3 that had him at 7, one of which is Drew.
Yep.
One is Biggie, and one is Brock.
Okay.
And then Wade, or no, you had him. Who left him unranked?
I did.
Uncle Doug did. Okay.
Which I had him the first couple times, but I swapped somebody out this time.
I was the opposite. I didn't have him in the middle list, where I put him back on.
I did the same thing as Wade, yeah. Looks like Dalton left him off his list.
I popped him out and put Kawhi in.
Oh, well. It looks like Mark left him off his list. It looks like Schaller left him off his list. And looks like Robert left him off his.
Okay. Way to go, Robert.
And so did Buddy.
What we getting at is, if I should have just put Kawhi at 1, so he would have made the list.
Yeah.
I mean,
over Brunson's 7s.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess we know what ways to do it next week.
Well, we could talk about Kawhi. Kawhi received 6 votes, and he narrowly missed the list. I had him at 9. Wade had him at 9.
I had him at 10.
Drew left him off.
Oh,
no. That's why that was the bias thing. That was my thing. I was like, Drew got his list in really late, so he saw Kawhi lose in the playoffs. So, I was like, maybe there was some bias there. Ray had him at 10. Biggie left him off. Looks like Brock left him off.
I think Dalton left him off.
Dalton left him off. Mark left him off. Schaller had him at 10. Buddy had him at 9, and Robert left him off. So, I mean, like I said, a bunch of 9s and 10s for Kawhi. You had 3 7s for Brunson. That's why he was on the list rather than Kawhi, but they did receive the same amount of lists they were on. And to be honest with you, Kawhi was not on my list all season until the end. Essentially, he just did what we asked him to do. He played a season. And I was like, well, I can't deny it. He averaged like 28 points a game.
Did he qualify for awards?
Yeah, he played like 70 games.
He did.
Yeah.
He's made All-NBA 2 of the past 3 years.
Yeah. I
just remember at the beginning. Didn't he sit out like a little bit at the beginning of the year, and then or he didn't play well beginning of the year, and then
he did. I don't think he started. I don't think he started the season with the Clippers. I think he missed like the first 5 or 6 games.
I thought he missed a couple, and then he started rolling. Yeah,
and then he pretty much the longer the season went on, he just kind of got better and better.
Yeah, well, and that's one reason I put him on, because it's like, well, he showed me he can play the majority of the season, and he played well.
Well, my main thing, I'm pretty sure he's a second team All NBA lock for the All NBA. I don't remember if they announced him already or not.
I don't think they
I don't
have.
think so. I haven't heard it,
But
they
all the
just did
podcasts I
MVP.
listen to have him on the second team. So I figured if he's gonna make second team All NBA, he'd be top 10. But
Well, let's ask this question. Drew, you have a player on the end of your list that didn't make it. And KD. So why KD over Kawhi?
I guess. I have to pull it up and like, look at it, like saying the thing. Like I thought about Kawhi. I was like, I don't know.
I might have put.
I just
Kawhi-
feel like Kevin Durant's scoring is just still so like he's still so good at it. Like he can take over any game he wants. Like even how old he is and stuff. Like I still think he's like up to that level.
he's an automatic like 28, pretty much.
Yeah,
still.
like he's.
Still
I think halfway at some point during the season, I think it was towards the later half, he passed a couple more people on the scoring list. Was he like seventh? Like, isn't he
passed
getting,
Michael Jordan.
yeah, isn't he getting close to like fifth
think
all
he's
the time?
fifth.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, or he is. Like,
Yeah.
so like he just keeps scoring out these crazy clips. Like he's still like long enough. He can like somewhat play defense, like even getting older. And like again, he played most all the year. Well, up until the playoffs. Like
He played like 75
yeah,
games.
so he played 75 games for the Rockets, and like
He's got hurt at the worst time.
yeah, and you saw what that team was without him. He's their only shooting. Like I don't know.
That's true. They look pretty bit terrible.
Like
I mean, at the same time, at the first game of this, it was the first game of the first two games they played without him, and then he came back.
he came back for the second game.
He played game two, and then he said
that first game, like I watched it and I was like, this doesn't even look like an NBA team.
The last game they played, they only scored like 78 points.
But then he
Yeah,
came
they
back for the
just-
second game and he played like crap. And
Yeah.
and
like
he had like a double with turnovers.
I don't think he had double-digit turnovers, but yeah, like
And
he had a good
and
first
then-
half.
and
Second
then-
half he sucked.
and then he went back out and they looked bad again. And then they went on a run
Then-
there
yeah,
where they
couldn't
won,
miss.
They
Like-
went like 3 games.
They won
Two.
two. They shot like 50% from three back-to-back nights. Like it was something crazy. Like
that's a problem.
Jabari Smith went 6 of 8 2 nights in a row, but then the next night he went 2 of 10.
Jabari and Tari Eason are so streaky. It's insane.
What about your boy Sengun, Wade?
I hate Shingu. God.
I don't like him either. He was
Me
frustrating. But like, I think the last game the Lakers beat him in Game 6. They scored like 70 points.
Yeah.
Like no one made a single basket.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
To be honest with you, that was the most disappointing series of the whole playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were
No KD, no Luca, no Reeves. Like
Reeves, like,
yeah, like
yeah.
what? Like
All the stars were not playing.
Well, yeah, Luke Kennard led all scorers in Game 1. He had like 27.
I think if you go back and look at their lines for this series, Kennard had a pretty decent series.
Yeah, he kind of fell off like
He did fall
towards
off
the end, but like the first 4 games he played really well.
Actually, he really I think it was the first game that Reeves came back. Well, I don't even know what series that was.
It's probably more in the Thunder series. He didn't play well in the Thunder
it was
series.
Reeves' first game, whichever series that was.
I think it was the
Kennard scored 1 point.
He
Yeah.
came
Yeah,
back
it was
at the
I
end
think it
of
was like
Houston.
yeah, it was either 5 or 6. I can't remember
he
which.
came back
game.
at the very end.
He got one. Yeah,
He didn't play well.
But he was
No.
he didn't.
He
but
struggled with the
but
shot.
but I think they were using Kennard and Reeves' role.
yeah.
And then when Reeves came back, Kennard was regulated to go stand over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was probably
But-
doing like a lot of the actions to get the
yeah,
shots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're saying.
No, I don't know. I just feel like Kevin Durant still has that all time. He's one of the best scorers. I still think. I think that's got to mean something. Like
He's so efficient with it. That's what makes it so.
that too. He's very efficient. Like I don't know.
Well, that being said, we did get a long way from Jalen Brunson, but does anybody have anything to add about Brunson before we move on?
I just feel like
I'm-
Brunson had another solid season. I think. Like
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be all NBA. I
Oh,
think
he'll be definitely be
He'll
all
for
NBA.
sure be all. I feel like he's the one consistent thing on the Knicks. I feel like all the time.
Yeah, I don't know that he'll make first team because they let Luca and Cade back, but he'll definitely be second.
I think, like
team.
Wade said, I think
Yeah,
he'll be.
sure.
I think he'll definitely be with Kawhi on second team.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree.
And I know it doesn't count towards this, but the Knicks look really good right now in the playoffs.
He-
Really good.
I think he has the most. I think I saw this stat. I think he has the most 30-point games in the playoffs in Knicks history.
Oh, really?
I think
He has more than Ewing already?
I think so. I think he just passed him. I think is what I saw the other day. But I was like, that's crazy to think about.
It is.
Yeah.
It really
But I
is.
feel like every time I watch one of their games, he has like 30, 35. Like
He
always
always scores a lot. Like if you think about like older Nick teams, like even like their best teams, like in the 70s, like they had a bunch of dudes that all scored like 15 to 20.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's why I didn't say Reed. I said Ewing
Yeah.
because I was like, Reed wasn't like this guy.
Well,
That
even-
go out and score 30 a lot.
even Ewing, like the era he played in, it was low scoring.
They
It
probably-
was.
yeah, they
Like,
go
Like,
80,
not
90,
everyone. Only Jordan got 30 a night, like consistently all the time, like in that era. Like there were guys that had moments or good years or whatever, but I mean Ewing wasn't dropping 30 consistently like Brunson.
He'd have double doubles every night.
Yeah,
but
he was 20 and 10.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, and he had great.
But I was just shocked. I was like, has he really been
Yeah.
there that long? But like they've made the playoffs every year. This is their second straight Eastern Conference final. Like
So if you think about it, I mean, he left Luka quite a while ago in Dallas.
So here it is. Jalen Brunson has 24 30-point postseason games, while Patrick Ewing has 18. Willis Reed has 12. Bernard King has 8. But I think Bernard King only played there for like 4 seasons or something.
Yeah, he wasn't
Yeah.
there very long.
And Carmelo has 7.
Well, he probably did that. He only made the playoffs like twice.
yeah, Carmelo probably did that
I don't
almost
think
all
they
the
got out of
run.
the first round, did they?
I think once.
And then they got swept by like LeBron and
Yeah.
the Heat.
They made the second round, I think, one time. They had like old Jason Kidd, who like was in the last year of his career with like Melo and
Wasn't Stoudemire there?
Couple
Wasn't
of-
old Amar?
I don't know if he was
Stoudemire
playing
there?
at the time because he was always hurt as a Knick.
Yeah.
But
Was Jeremy Lin there?
maybe I don't know. I really don't.
Insanity.
I really don't.
Well, I think that wraps up our Jalen Brunson portion. We can move up to number 9. Another guy that's been on the list all year, but has dropped dramatically. At number 9 is Giannis. He was as high as 4 and as low as unranked. Robert had him at 4, and 6 people as well left Giannis unranked. So he also had the same amount of lists made as Kawhi and Jalen Brunson.
Who left him unranked?
I left him unranked.
I didn't know what to do.
I just, in my opinion, if we're talking about just this season, he had no impact on this season.
That is true.
It's
so-
true, but
Like I kept him in my top 4 or 5 for the first couple lists, but if we're just talking about this year,
You left him off.
he
You're
I
fucking
thought-
right, I did.
So I was like, look, I was like, you did.
So I felt like if we're talking about who's the best players in the world right now, he's not one of them because he didn't really. This year was not an impactful player. He barely played. The Bucks sucked. He was hurt almost like over half the year. Like
Yeah.
I played like what 30, 40
Yeah.
games.
now, is a healthy Giannis going to make my list? Usually, yes. At the beginning of next year, will I put him back on my list? Yes. But for this year, I didn't think he deserved to be on the list.
Well,
I did the same thing with Giannis I did with Mahomes and Burrow at the end of last year. I dropped him, but I did not take him off because I would.
I
I'm
dropped
not,
him
like,
way down.
Looking back at it, I have him at 5. I probably should have dropped him a couple more spots, but I dropped him way down than what I normally would have. Like, I didn't even think about him at the top.
I mean, I had him at 2 at the beginning of the year.
So did I.
You know,
Yeah.
and like
2 or 3, something like that.
yeah. But yeah, it's like he. I mean, well, I can go back and look.
But I thought about what you said though, Wade. I was like, we're just judging them off this season. So like,
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
I get it.
That's how
But I did some
that's
of
how I
the,
look at it.
like you said, like Alex said with some of the quarterbacks, I did that. Like, if
Yeah.
you just judge them off this season, like you can't. Like,
Yeah,
it's tricky.
it is.
and maybe if that Miles Turner trade would have panned out for him, he would have stayed playing.
I saw something where they still owe him like $60 million or $80 million,
Yeah.
and he averaged like 10 and 5 this year or something like
Yeah.
that. It was
Yeah.
rough.
Bench performer of the decade.
5 rebounds from your starting center that you're paying like $30 million a year to is rough.
Wait, we've been over this lots of times. Turner is not a
I
double
know,
digit
it's just,
rebounder.
it's just still insane. There's no way.
Yeah, a couple of those games last year. Oh my gosh, he had like 2 rebounds.
Like
Like you're 7 feet.
if you're a 7-footer, anything under 8 is embarrassing. Like that's just 2 a quarter.
He just wants to shoot threes. That's all he wants to do.
Even on defense, he should at least be able to get 6 or 7 defensive rebounds. I don't know.
Not soft ass Turner.
But we've seen guys like this over the year. I mean, Brooke Lopez is that same guy.
Marcus
Yeah.
Gasol didn't rebound.
Yeah, Marcus Gasol didn't rebound that much.
Yeah.
We've seen big. I mean, some of those guys, do, especially Brooke Lopez and Marcus Gasol, are huge.
Yeah, they're both
Well,
big, like just big in
Yeah.
general. And they're both
Yeah.
close to 7 feet. Like,
even like a lot of like today's like power forwards don't rebound. Like Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't rebound. Zion Williamson doesn't rebound.
Draymond Green doesn't rebound.
And those are and if you're as strong and as athletic as Zion, you should rebound.
Yeah, but
Charles Barkley fucking did it.
yeah, but Zion usually doesn't play, and all he does is go to the all-you-can-eat buffets.
Well,
Or go through season's porn stars.
well, he just should be able to rebounding for fucking and going.
Well, I don't know why Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Like his highest rebound game's like 12.
I mean, he's a legit big man, right? Like he's like 6'9", 6'10", power forward, right?
I think he's
like 6'11. That's I was thinking like 6'11.
Okay, so I mean, like, yeah, like
I mean, the Jazz have like 3 guys that height, so I mean,
and he's like what 5 boards a game?
yeah.
Right?
I think it might be like 6, but like,
Yeah, it might be.
it's still pathetic. Like,
yeah, I just don't understand why. All you gotta do is box out.
and the opportunities are there.
That's all you gotta do.
More shots are getting produced than ever before.
Yeah,
like,
jacking up. No, I understand the move. I don't know.
it doesn't make sense.
no. It
The funny part is one of the Jazz's other 7-footer is Lauri Markkanen, who also doesn't rebound. So it's literally just Kessler going to have to get all the rebounds. And
Jazz.
no, but they're talking about it right now. Of course, the Jazz have the number 2 pick, and they're like, what if DeBonsa falls to them?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
been some talk that they may trade.
Yeah, they want to trade for it, keep him out in Utah.
Right, trade with Washington to get that first pick so they can keep
And
him.
like,
Well, what are they all gonna
but
do?
but you just brought up 2 big men. They've got more than that.
They have another one.
They have the big white guy that played on Team USA. There's a big shot blocker.
Kessler?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
Kessler, and they still have Nurkic, and
That's where he's at.
yeah,
Oh my God.
he started for him last year because Kessler missed like the entire season.
Gosh.
And then they have what's his name, the guy they drafted last year. That's like a 3.
Is it what?
Dang it.
They had another. Is it Keontae George? Or is
Well,
that-
he's a guard, yeah, but Conte George is really good. But the kid they drafted last year that said he was gonna refuse to play
Oh,
anymore.
Bailey.
Bailey, yeah.
Baylor.
And he
Mer-
ended the season really, really well.
Was it Ace Bailey?
Yeah, he's like 6'9". Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna have to clear some of these guys out.
yeah, they're gonna have to do
Like,
something.
Are they going to start like 4 guys, 6'9" and above?
They're talking about playing Triple J as a 3. I was just
That's what I'm
listening to one of the beat writers talk about it the other day.
That'd be like if he's. What do you do? Yeah, I don't know.
What are this? And I mean, Triple J can at least spread the floor. Markkinen can spread the floor as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Kessler can't.
Markkanen's actually really good.
Yeah, Markkinen's a beast, and Triple J is good at things.
Oh yeah,
He's a good shooter. He's a good shot blocker. He just doesn't rebound.
he's a great all around, all around. I mean,
Josh-
former defensive.
Josh still in Memphis, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Josh
He didn't
Stone,
get
Memphis.
traded, right?
Well, Windhorst and those guys said that it wasn't that they didn't trade him at the deadline. They didn't get a single offer. They were calling people trying to like attach picks to him, and people still wouldn't take him.
Hmm.
He's a cancer.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
like, and if you're a rebuilding team, you don't want him around your young talent. And
Yeah,
if you're a decent team, you don't want to bring him in to mess up what you got going.
right.
No.
And he has flaws as a player too. So it's not just like when he's on
Yeah.
the floor he's perfect. Like he can't shoot a fucking lick.
No.
So you have to have a team set up to where he can consistently drive to an open lane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And for teams not set up that
Well,
way,
and
he's not beneficial.
he's built so slight too that he's a injury risk,
Yeah.
and he's been suspended enough that who's to say he's not going to get tossed for half the season?
That's also true.
Yeah.
And they're saying now all the advanced analytics show that he's getting older, his burst is starting to go a little, like he's still super athletic, but he's driving to the basket less and he's less efficient when he does it now. So now that his superpowers are disappearing.
And his dunks are way down. He's laying the ball up a lot more than he used to
Yeah.
dunk more like it just to
Yeah.
pivot
Well,
up what Wade was talking about.
When
Everything.
he came back this year, I saw the game that he played. I think it was the Lakers. Well, he didn't care.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing that really upset me was,
the team suspended him for that. Remember?
yeah, he just
Yeah, he just
didn't freaking care.
Hmm.
He
That
was
was-
just standing around out there.
That was when he refused to shoot for the whole second half because
Yes.
the coach called him out for not moving the ball at halftime,
Yeah,
and he was mad because God forbid the coach coached him. You
Yeah.
know,
But then he decided just not to shoot, which was dumb.
And then he refused to shoot for a half. Yeah, it's craziness.
so yeah,
Anyways.
And I mean, and back to the guy we're talking about in Giannis. Shams did put out 2 days ago that the Bucks are actively shopping him now. So
We do this every like 2-3 months. By July, we'll say, "Oh no, we're good."
they said their goal is to trade him before the draft.
Jeez.
So,
That means Giannis is going too.
yeah, we'll see.
well, then don't forget about Alex.
Alex.
And all three of them are there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
because
Is he that lonely of a human being?
teams cater to their best players. I mean, why is Bronny play for the Lakers?
Yeah.
Like,
Because LeBron is delusional.
yeah,
Because LeBron is delusional about his son's skill set.
yeah.
Yeah. And Giannis's brothers suck too.
Yeah.
Yeah, his two brothers are not good.
But yeah, I have no idea where this is going though. Because here's my thing: is like there's teams that have like things they could give up for Giannis, but then they would suck.
Right. Yeah.
And
you
then
don't
you
want to
have,
give everything up because then you got
right,
nothing to play with it.
No, but then you have like obviously like a team like Oklahoma City could put together a really good package to get Giannis, but do you want to dismantle what you already have going to bring in
Right.
Giannis and hope it works when you already know what you have works?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like somebody will trade for him. I mean, it may be somebody like Miami or something like that, but
Hmm. Well,
To Miami, but I think when I look at the trade packages that they will have to put together, I would not want that if I was the Bucks. Personally, I want
you don't want Tyler Hero.
I don't want any of the shit the Miami Heat have. The only player that I even like on Miami is Bam, and then
Yeah, I like Bam.
but like
No, not
you're not
Bam.
gonna just take Bam for like I
Well,
don't know.
but if I'm Giannis, I want to play with Bam.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, I'd be like,
But,
okay, well, put Khalil Ware in the deal, not Bam. You
well, I
know?
mean, there's
He's
usually
Giannis.
like 3 or 4 Miami Heat players plus draft picks.
Right.
But I look at the players and I'm just like, ew.
Yeah.
If I'm the Bucks, I'm like, I can't rebuild with this.
Wait, I can't. As soon as you said Bam, all I think about was that kid the other day.
Oh,
When we were playing football. He just started yelling
football.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with
That
Bam.
kid that was playing with us just kept yelling Bam on a bio every time something happened. I was like, what?
oh
Got
my God.
83.
Yeah. That's literally what Drew said. Drew goes, second highest scorer of all time. I guess that matters in football.
This is during wiffle ball?
Yeah, I'm putting Wolf
This little kid's just yelling Bam out of bio on the outfield.
Oh my
after
God.
hovering for 30 minutes in the alley.
You know, on his like motorized scooter, bike, whatever.
It was funny. All right, let's
Yeah.
move it on.
Yeah, and coming in at number 8, another guy that's been on the list all year long is Donovan Mitchell, who surprisingly was as high as 4, Ray,
Yeah.
and and 3 people left him completely off their list. I don't know if that was anybody in this room.
I might be one. I can't remember.
I have him at 9.
I left him off my list.
I don't
I
know
had
if I did or
9.
not.
Wade, you also left him off your
Okay.
list.
Okay. I thought I might have.
Trying to see who the third person is that agreed with us. Wasn't Big E.
I don't know. I bumped him down a little bit just because towards the end of the year, the Cavs had a little bit of a fall off.
That was Robert.
So they all just kind of fell off a little bit. I still think he's another top 10 player in the league. He just fell off a little bit towards the end of the year. So
Yeah.
My last spot, I just sat there and debated back and forth between Brunson and Mitchell.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, they both came into the season with kind of loaded teams, and Brunson kind of did what he was supposed to with it, and Mitchell
fair.
didn't. So that's kind of
Yeah.
what my deciding
No.
factor was.
now we'll
see
get
that.
we'll get to see who's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I mean, for me, it's just he's kind of he can take over the game in any given time. He's a walking 40 points whenever he feels like it, really. So whenever I watched him, I mean, that's what jumps out at me. I mean, he doesn't play a whole lot of defense, but he doesn't really need to because he'll make it up with scoring down the other end.
Brock had him at 6, so he was up there a little bit closer
Yeah.
to you. Most people had him at the end of their list.
I don't know. He made my other 2 lists. I don't know.
Me too.
He's probably a top 10 player. I don't know. There's always like 12 top 10 players.
Yeah.
There's always like 2 guys that you could easily you just chose that time to leave. And he was just that guy this time. I left Brunson off last time. I left him off this time. He's, he has a good case to be in the top 10. He's one of the guys that can get excluded, I think, in my opinion, just depending on how you view how he's playing at the time or how you view what he's doing. He's he's a great scorer. He's one of the best scorers in the league.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the top 2 or 3 shooting guard in the league. Maybe the best shooting guard in the league, depending on how you view who's a shooting guard these days.
I would say Ant has something to say about that.
Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, he's a dominant player. But his only real downfalls is he's not a great defender, which is a common thing with some of these players. But
Yeah.
and then he has like huge performances, but then he also has like a decent amount of like 4 for 20 performances that
Mhm.
people kind of ignore sometimes, and it's sometimes, and he has this kind of bad habit of. So obviously superstars have to take over games, but at the same time you have to know kind of when to use your team, and those and all the best teams use each other and use their teammates, and he sometimes can be a giant black hole. And even if you're shooting well, if your teammates don't touch the ball 3 or 4 possessions in a row off and on throughout an entire game, they're not going to be in rhythm. And that's been a large part of the Cavs' problems throughout the years. Is he gets desperate, and then he's a ball hog, and then when he does pass it, everybody's out of rhythm, and yeah,
That's what I was impressed with in Game 7 the other day. Is he didn't try and do like, hey, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go for 50 tonight.
and
Like,
look, they made the first Eastern Conference Finals.
yeah,
And they
he
won by 30.
He was really really good in the pick and roll with both the big guys. Got them both going. They both had over
20 points.
Yeah, and then Mitchell, had his 26.
Well, last year in the regular season, when they were the best team in the Eastern Conference and won like 66 games, their whole team dominated in the regular season. Garland averaged 20, Mobley averaged 19, and Donovan Mitchell's scoring was down. And then in the playoffs, what happened? There were injuries. He tried to go into God mode. They got upset. And I'm not saying it's all his fault. It's not all his fault. The Cavs lose. He's just,
Yeah.
those are just, when you're a superstar,
It was our
little
fault.
things matter when you're a superstar sometimes.
He, his center is not Rudy Gobert anymore. He can throw the ball up, somebody can grab and dunk it.
The Cavs do have a lot. They have a ton of talent. Kind of happy they finally made the conference finals, because after they lost in the second round again, it was just gonna be like,
My guy James
Jesus.
Harden. He's
Hey, we have to give Harden credit because he did not play well. He didn't really do anything in that series, but he didn't go out and have 12 turnovers. He stayed out of the
He
way
had a couple
and
decent games.
let Mitchell run the offense.
I think you're talking about Game 7.
Yeah, Game 7.
Oh, did the Game
Yeah.
7? Oh, you
Yeah,
said
Game
okay. You
7.
said series. So my bad.
He didn't go out and ruin everything on his own, trying to do it himself and have a whole bunch of turnovers and go 3 for 17.
It kind of worked out when they traded for him. They didn't give him enough time to be like, I'm this really good guy. He's just kind of like, okay, I'm just kind of here. Like he does. Like he kind of steps up a little bit when he needs to, and other times he just kind of lets them do their thing. I guess let Mobley and Mitchell and all of them do their own thing. Like he knows it's not his team.
Yeah,
I think so.
So let me ask you guys this. I don't think it's likely, but if the Cavs did go on to win the championship, what would that do for Harden's legacy?
I mean, if it helped.
I mean, it would help it, yes.
Does he go above Westbrook?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
I think
they
I
both have MVPs, but since
Yeah.
he's on a championship team and contributed somewhat,
I would say he's the number 2 on the team.
Sometimes.
I mean,
well, if he has a real clunker of a series.
I mean,
now, it's like,
he had a real clunker Game 7, but like you said, he had a pretty
I
decent.
mean, yeah, I
series
think he had
early
one or
on.
two 30.
And
point games.
Mobley and Allen are liabilities on offense like half the time. So
Sure.
I would say Harden is the second best player on this team.
Who's the other guy in the starting lineup?
It's a white guy.
Struce.
Well, Strus has been starting some. Dean Wade has been starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other guy that had a big Game 7 was Sam Merrill. He had like 27 points. So.
D Wade's been kind of like shitty. I've been kind of disappointed in the guy.
Yeah. I didn't have high expectations of him to begin with.
Well, I mean, I at least want him to, score his 12 points like he's supposed to at the 3-point line.
By the way, did you guys watching that series? Does Strus not look yoked?
A little
He
bit
looked
bigger.
big. Like I was like, whoa. I was like, where'd that come from? Anyway, though, that's our number 8, Donovan Mitchell. And we have at number 7. Was he on that? Is Jaylen Brown? Did he make the mid-season list or no?
He did for me.
He didn't make the beginning. Of the
He was on my midseason
Oh, yeah,
and
he
Robert's
was on the
midseason.
I don't know if he did or not. I can't remember.
See, I had him like honorable mention mid-season.
He was on my midseason. No,
I know I had him in midseason. I don't. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, he had a great year. Obviously, his playoffs were different, but
Yeah, he had a really good regular season.
yeah, he did make the list midseason. I have it right
Hmm.
here. He did indeed. He was actually at 7. So he didn't move. He was as high. 3 people had him as high as 5. And 1 person left him unranked, and that person's in this room.
Yeah, it's a little bit on my bad, Robert. I'm not gonna lie. I made it, and then after I sent it to Alex, I said, "Oh crap, I didn't put Brown on it." I said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna fix it. I had already sent it to him. I was already late. If you're all thinking about it at this point in time, yes, it was me."
Uncle Doug, Biggie, and not Robert. Buddy had him at 5.
I thought he played. The times I watched him play,
Yeah,
played pretty well.
He had a really great year. He
Robert
really
and I
did.
talked about.
Yeah.
We texted multiple times through the season about how he was having a great
He
season. I
really
mean,
stepped up with Tatum being gone, and
I think he'll be first team All NBA.
he's got to at least get talked about it. Like he had, like
you know,
He was. I mean, what I don't remember exactly what his numbers were, but he had 28 or so points, and he had 6 or 7 rebounds and 4 assists, but he was also
plays
really good
defense.
defender.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he plays defense. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's this thing I've been hearing with this beef with him and Stephen A. Smith's crap?
He just keeps coming out. Well, first he was talking about the refs, and then Stephen A. said something on his show about how he needs to just be quiet and stop. Well, then he said something like, I think it was either today or yesterday about, Stephen A., they don't pay you to be a clown, so you can. So they've just been beefing for a week.
I'll be honest with you, I don't like Jaylen Brown as a person.
Yeah, I'm not big on him personally.
He always
He has been a big mouth that says dumb stuff his whole career. I don't like him off the court. But as a basketball player, he's really good.
Yeah.
But now he has this Twitch channel that he goes.
he's on Twitch all the time, right? He sits in this little room and he just talks.
Yeah, that was one of the clips I
Yeah,
seen. It was Stephen A. Smith was like, "You make millions of dollars. Why don't you get a studio set up in your house?"
But they've been beefing ever since he got eliminated from the playoffs.
But I mean, I'll be honest with you, it was a real lame move to go on your Twitch stream after the game and talk and tell everybody that the referees in the league have a vendetta against you. You didn't say they made some bad calls. The referees have a vendetta against me and forced us to lose this series.
Oh my
That
god!
was a bit extreme.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You sound bad.
It wasn't like he was just playing games with his friends. We got some bad calls in this series. We have a vendetta. What?
Yeah, I mean, bad calls is one thing. Vendetta is a whole nother level.
Yeah.
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 But no, he's a good basketball player. But yeah, he's always talking. No, they'll be an interesting team next year with Tatum healthy all year. We'll see if I figure they'll.
I'm interested to see what moves they're going to make too, because that team is still really, really expensive. And they lost in the first round.
Well, they were another one that I've heard about Giannis. They said Celtics get rid of Jaylen Brown, bring Giannis
There
to
has
Boston.
been a Jaylen Brown Giannis conversations I've heard here recently. Zach Lowe and somebody were talking about it the other day. I have no idea if there's any validity to it or not, or if it's just because it works financially and people are talking about it. I don't know. I mean, it would be. I mean, if you're Milwaukee, you're hoping to get a player of Jaylen Brown's.
I mean, that's what you need
talent
back,
in return. Yeah. I mean, if you're Milwaukee, you probably take it. I don't know if you want to take it as if you're the Celtics. I mean, not that Giannis isn't super talented, but Giannis has been hurt for the last couple years, and is on the. I mean, you're not getting cheaper going from Brown to Giannis,
Right.
And you're getting older. So I don't know if that's the right move if you're Boston, but hey. Well, then at number 6 is none other than Cade Cunningham, a guy that has been on the list all year. He was as the highest 2 for the second list in a row. Biggie had him at 2.
Biggie really likes Cade.
And this is the first person that made every list. The lowest person was Ray at 9. So Ray, what do you got against Cade there?
I really don't have anything. I mean, I put him on the list.
That's true. You did.
I'm just kind of. I mean, he's had a solid season. I'll give him that, but I just need to see more. It's just a small sample size, And the other guys on my list are tested, and I know what they can do, and I've seen what they can do. I just need to see more. I need to get some more out of you.
Yeah. Just see him do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we've seen through the playoffs, which did not affect, we've seen that he kind of crashed a little bit.
He was definitely very up and down in the playoffs.
I think he just got worn out. Yeah.
I think he got wore
I
out,
think you're
and
right.
they have no second option.
Right.
Their
They-
their second option. Well, depending on what you're talking about here, either the case is their second option decided not to show up for the playoffs in Jalen Duren, or it's Tobias Harris. Enough said.
Right. They just other teams just
Yeah.
locked in on Cunningham and said,
Mhm.
"You ain't gonna beat us."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they went 2 straight series as the 1 seed, the 7 games.
I mean, even in the
Can't do
middle of
that.
the Magic series, he had like back-to-back like 35-point games, but they were super, super inefficient.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't actually get off against Orlando until Franz got hurt, because that's who we were having guard him. That's the thing with Cade is a lot like Luka in the fact that he's not super quick, but he's big, and he'll just move you, or and if you put size on him, it combats that a lot better. But Cade did have one heck of a season, and like we said, on a team that didn't have a lot else going for it offensively. They're great defensively. They're an awesome defensive team with the other Thompson brother and Duren, and even Cade's a good defender. But I feel like I'm forgetting who's the other starter. Oh, it's Duncan Robinson.
I mean, he does a decent enough job.
Oh, Duncan Robinson's a knockdown shooter. He's just not great defensively, really. Yeah, I think if you're them, you've got to go into the offseason going, hey, we've got to get another guy that can score.
Yes, they've got to get Cade some help if they want to go farther than they did this year.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. Duren gets a contract this offseason. How much did he just hurt himself?
Oh yeah,
It might have been a lot.
might have been a lot. Yeah, the way he showed the playoffs.
Like the series, it wasn't just like for 2 or 3 games.
No, it was
like,
the playoffs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they were like 9-5 or some shit, or
yeah.
8 or something.
It's bad.
Yeah, when your points per game go from like 20 to 9, it's not good.
No.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were talking on Bill Simmons' podcast yesterday about him getting like 34 a year, and I was like, I don't know after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
I'd be hesitant.
Yeah, you'd have to be. And this isn't a guy with like a long track record. We're talking about a young guy here,
Right.
that like last year kind of burst onto the scene and played pretty decent. This year in the regular season played a lot better, and then just completely no-showed in the playoffs and got completely manhandled by Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah.
Like that's not a good thing. All right, well then we have none other than at number 5, a mainstay for the entire season. I think he's made every list all season, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Is Anthony Edwards. He was as high as 4. 3 people had him at 4. I was low man at 8 for Ant. I had Ant at 5 all season, like the beginning of the season and the middle of the season. I did drop him here towards the end. Second half of the season, he didn't play a lot. I did end up moving a couple guys up ahead of him. One of which being Wemby, and one of which being Jaylen Brown. And then I ended up moving Cade ahead of it, one spot ahead of him. So like him and Cade there. Ant is a little bit more efficient of a scorer than Cade is. But he doesn't do the other things as well as Cade, like the passing and the rebounding. Those things. And they're both good defenders, So I did end up putting Cade just a little bit ahead of him, being on the number 1 seed in the East and carrying that offense. I just felt like he deserved it. So that's why I ended up being low man. It wasn't anything against Ant. I just I just felt like some other guys needed some love, so I moved them up.
I was one of the guys that had him up at 4, actually. I thought it was a 5. But I moved him in front of Giannis. See, I know he got hurt towards the end of the year, but he's so good.
He
I
is.
say he's at some points when Julius Randle doesn't show up, he's the whole Timberwolves offense. Sometimes, like he's, I don't know.
Kind of like Ray was saying about wanting like a longer track record with Cunningham or something. I feel like we know Ant's a badass. Like we've seen him do it pretty much since he came on the.
I mean, he did it again in this playoffs. He beat the
Bad
Nuggets
game.
again.
Well,
But they also won some of those games without him. I will say, but he did get hurt. Weren't they already up 2-1, 3-1? He got hurt in the game that they finished it off to go 3-1.
Something like that, yeah.
He already won 2 or 3 games though before he got hurt.
I mean, back-to-back conference finals going into this year.
Yeah,
that was what I was going to bring up. Was like that was another one of my big disappointments for the playoffs is that he ended up getting hurt.
yeah.
And even when he came back in the second round, he wasn't himself.
It could have been a lot different series if he's full
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
And what they still won 2 games against the Spurs?
I think so.
yeah, I think so. Yeah. One of which was when Wemby got ejected.
Yeah,
And then I think they won game 1.
they won game 1
Yeah.
straight up.
But what was that? Why would you? So I have a big beef with what happened in that last game of the series, where he went over with 8 fucking minutes left and went and shook everybody's hand in the fucking bench.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
Dude, that was fucking the biggest load of crap. They were down by 30, but you got 8 minutes left. A lot of things can happen in 8 minutes.
The Timberwolves really didn't even show up for that last game.
No, they didn't.
Mad from the word go.
A lot of people got mad about him shaking hands.
I was fucking pissed. I mean, play it out.
I didn't
Just
do
play it out.
It was like a timeout or something, and he was already right by their like huddle or bench. So
Yeah.
they were all kind of coming right to him, so he just kind of stopped and he like dapped up a couple coaches and players and then wandered off or something like that.
Yeah. Disappointed. That's all I said.
Yeah, I said that 3 people were tied with Ann at 4, and it's Wade, Drew, and Doug. I just realized that.
Yeah, I thought I had him high.
Yep.
I think I had him inside my top 5 all year. I had him at 5 and then 4. 'Cause
I had him at 4, 5, and 6.
yeah, 'cause I shipped Giannis out of town, so he got Giannis.
it. Yeah, like 5, 5, and 4. So.
Yeah.
It's been pretty consistent.
And then at number 4, moving up quite a ways, was Wemby. I think Wemby was at 9 at midseason, and he was left off at the beginning of the season. So Wemby's made the climb here over the course of the season. He was as high as 2. Buddy had him at 2, and 2 people tied having him at 8.
I'm one of them.
Drew is one of them, and Brock is the other. Wemby, well, I guess for myself, I did end up having him at 3. I looked at it like this. At the beginning of the year, I said that I wanted Wemby to do it before I would anoint him. And then he went out and did it. So I had to keep to my word. Not only that, obviously he's the defensive player of the year. He's been ridiculous defensively all year. Also, why scoring like 24 points a game or whatever it is. So I was like,
His shooting numbers
Yeah.
are actually pretty good too.
yeah,
So he's become more efficient.
Yeah.
I just kind of with similar to what I said earlier, like he was an MVP candidate. He finished 3rd in MVP, so I put him pretty high. Not that when I made it, I knew at the time that he was going to finish 3rd, but he was an MVP candidate at the end of the season.
it was a blowout, by the way. The MVP vote.
It was a blowout. Yeah,
I didn't
Yeah,
see the number.
it wasn't
As-
close.
SGA got a lot of first place.
It's like he got like, well,
don't get
Joker
it.
got 10, Wemby got 3.
He got like 40 something.
Yeah, and SGA got 3.
I don't get it,
I just
man.
think the NBA MVP is a joke. Honestly.
I mean, it's whoever wins the most games that's their best player. Like it's
not about the best player. It's
I think I don't think you were here, Wade, but I think we were here talking. It was the playoff preview.
I wasn't here.
You weren't here.
It was not Drew, or it was just the three of us.
It was you three. I think we were
Okay.
on a train.
Well, I said that I think if we give it, I think SGA will win. But if he does, I think years from now we will look back on it at Joker's numbers and go, "Why didn't that guy win?"
Right.
I mean, there's multiple guys that have better numbers all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not have the best number.
Jokic beats him in everything for the most part. Luka beats him in everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
If we're talking about all together, I mean, Wemby destroys everyone on defense.
So yeah, Wemby's the best defender. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
he's the only defender of all time that has.
I just kind of like what someone like to touch on, like what Uncle Doug said. I just think there just needs to be a certain level of like consistency on what we're judging.
Yeah.
Just it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be an exact criteria. There'll never be an exact criteria. I
Yeah.
get that, but sometimes it's just kind of a little all over the place. Sometimes and you're just
Well-
not sure where it's going to go. I guess, and then I feel like it becomes a narrative halfway through the season.
It
And then
does.
they run with it.
But here's the other part of
I
it
don't
though. If they follow the same principles they have been, next year they're going to turn on SGA and they're going to anoint somebody else midway through the
Wemby.
season.
Well,
It probably will be
mark
Wemby.
my words. They've already started it.
And SGA, no matter what numbers he puts up, will not be able to win another
Right, no.
MVP.
No, that's what they did to Jokic. That's what they did to Jokic. After
They
he
did
won
to
his two.
Joker, they did it to Giannis, they did it to LeBron,
They
they
did
did,
LeBron.
they did it to Jordan,
Yeah.
they've done it for
They
years.
did it to Kobe and Shaq once they won their.
Well, like,
Like,
correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is correct. Joker obviously has had like this 5-year run where he's done all this insane shit.
yeah.
Like every year, he's like a little bit better, and you're just like, oh shit! Like,
Yeah.
didn't he have his greatest offensive season this year?
Yes, he did.
Like, so like
Yeah.
what he did as far as like the numbers and the efficiency level is like,
The greatest ever.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like if you're like combining efficiency with numbers and stuff like that, like he just had like the greatest. Like
Yeah.
he just,
The knock people used to try and pull out with when Joker won the MVP was he didn't score with the top of the guys in the league. He would always be like 25 or 26.
now,
And this year he averaged 29.
like the past 2
Yeah.
years, he's been
Yeah.
about
What
30.
was it like 29, 12, and like 10 or not? Did he do a triple double again this year?
Yeah, and his
Yeah,
efficiency
he's
is
triple-double.
stupid.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he shoots like
60%.
Yeah, but he shoots like 40 from three.
yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous.
His efficiency is nonsense.
And like since he's a big guy, like he kind of plays defense. He's quick enough to somewhat guard guys, but like he's not asked to like.
His defense was a little poopy this year, but
It was really down after he came back.
Yeah.
from his-
Yeah,
he had a few
actually,
years where it got a lot better, but this year it did backtrack a little bit. But
he's
I
an
don't
okay. He's okay at it. When you're that efficient on the other end, it doesn't matter. Like
I don't know. It's just.
But I will say this though, we'll get there in a minute. But you said you had him at 8, Wade, or Drew? I mean, sorry.
yeah,
The other 8 was it's Brock. It's Brock. But was it Brock? Like I'm pretty. I'll go back and look, but I'm pretty positive Brock had him in his top 3 all year long.
Wemby?
Now all of a sudden he dropped him to 8.
I think he did.
it sounds.
Yeah.
I thought he had him higher than a lot of people.
I think he was the only one with him on a list at one point.
The beginning of the season, I think it was
Yeah.
like Brock and maybe
But I was with Alex. I was like, this is the first time Wemby's been on my list, and I was with Alex at the beginning. I was like, I want to see him actually play a whole season, and he did what he was supposed to. That's
I think I had him on maybe the first one, but not. I don't remember which.
I remember leaving him off mine at the beginning because he was injured or something.
that's what I didn't have him at the beginning. I didn't have him at the middle. This is the first time I've had him.
I think I had him on the first one, not like super high, but I had him like in the middle near the end. And I think I took him off at the halfway point because he had missed like
He got hurt,
15 games.
and then he started going on a rampage.
Yeah, I can't find Brock's list from the beginning of the season, but at mid-season he had Wemby at 3.
Huh? I wonder what.
Maybe he just thought everyone else was off the Wemby train, so he just
Yeah,
backed off a
I
little
don't
bit.
know. Never know. I was like, he's top 10 player.
yeah, he totally is. He
Yeah, like
totally
they're like,
is. Yeah.
he's done it finally. He played a whole season. Like,
And then at number 3 was the MVP, previously mentioned MVP, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 people, so almost half of the people had him at 2. But the reason he got screwed is Biggie put him at 10.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So Shai would have easily, and I mean easily, been our number 2 if Biggie would have just ranked him at like 6.
Yeah, I don't dislike SGA that much.
Yeah, I mean, I had it at 3.
I think I put him
So-
at 2. I think.
I think I put him at 3.
Because I went back and did the math to see how much Biggie messed it up, and it was dramatic. Like if
I think you really don't like him, huh?
if SGA would, I think it was I did the math to see where it was like 6 or 7. If he would have moved him up there instead of 10, he would have been the number 2 instead of the number 3.
That's 6 or 7.
Yeah, thanks.
Like,
Right.
Yeah, no
oh
problem.
gosh, not.
I just thought, I think most of us knew he was going to be MVP. Now, I don't think he's better than Joker, so I kept Joker at 1, but I figured he's going to win MVP, so I just put him at 2.
Well, it was me, Wade, Dalton, Mark, and Robert all had him at 2.
Where'd I have him?
Ray had him at 3.
That's where I had him.
That's where I had him.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
3 of us had him.
Drew,
You guys had him at 2.
yeah, Drew, Doug, Ray, Brock, and Schaller and Buddy all had him at 3. Yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers the gauntlet except for Biggie.
I don't know.
I mean, I will say this though. He had a super efficient season this year. He shot like 55% from the field. Like that's like center stuff.
His 3-point percentage went up, too.
Yeah, he's like 55, 38, and I can't remember what it is from the line, but I think he was like in the 80s somewhere from the line. Like he was stupid. He had one of the most efficient guard seasons in the history of the NBA.
I mean, I've been over this. I know SGA is super good. I personally, I'm not an SGA guy. I'm not.
No, I'm right there with you, big guy. I can't stand him.
I know he's good. He's a badass, but he's not really my kind of guy. But
I'll be honest. This is the way I put it to people. So does Wade. But I have NBA League Pass. Okay, and young, like up and coming young good teams, are like what draws my eye. Either that or like really great superstars. Well, this team has both. They're young, up and coming, really good, and they have a superstar. And I don't watch them. Like I don't watch the Thunder on League Pass. Like
yeah, I don't watch that.
I don't go looking for them. I'll watch them play like Denver or another really good team because I think I don't watch the good game. But like I don't go looking for them on League Pass.
They're so deep and so good. Like he's good, but I just like if you take him off, I still feel like they could win 60 games, 50 games. Like if he gets taken off, like I still think they win 50 games. Like when they were playing during the Lakers series, they played worse with him on the court against the Lakers. Like the Lakers were in the game when he was on the floor. When he left, they started blowing us out.
Yeah, it was the plus minus.
Yeah, the plus minus stat. Like they were like plus minus like 10 when he was off the court against. Or like so, like something crazy like that. That really I didn't know that. So it caught my eye during that series. Like that's kind of crazy to think about.
I saw that on my Google feed.
You want to see something else really stupid? Is they have the 12th pick in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
And like another pick later, and they still have like 12 first round draft picks like the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And and they have like 17 players right now because they have their 15 and they have 2 guys stashed in Europe right now.
Right, and they're probably going to stash some more.
So they're like,
or trade some of those picks.
that's what they're saying. They're saying eventually they're going to see a guy at the top of the draft they want and throw a bunch of these picks at it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is what they're going to do. I'm just saying, for instance, we really, really like Devanza. Hey,
Yeah.
here's 6 first round draft picks. Let's move up 6 spots.
Yeah.
Like, and
It's
then
dumb.
what's that other team going to do? Say no?
Right, and Washington's going to be all over that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they can get a bunch of picks,
Maybe a player.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of their.
Or we'll send you Lou Dort with it. You
Yeah.
know, like,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
And then they'll still be the same because they got broke back.
That's what I'm saying. There's some
Anthony
guys in the
Davis
Lakers
and-
series. I don't know who this is, but he's averaging like 20.
Oh, yeah, the guy should know.
Was it Mitchell?
yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he came in. He was averaging like 23 during the Lakers series. I'm like, who's this?
I think he had like 24.
Dude,
He was shooting great.
then the completely ridiculous Jared McCain trade at midseason.
Yeah, what are the 76ers doing?
Dude, Maury, you deserve to be fired just for that.
Yeah.
He's on the court right now.
Dude, first off, he had a game against you guys where he almost beat you single handedly.
Yeah.
Like
He shot like
If he wouldn't have gotten hurt second half of the season and missed a whole bunch of it last year, he would have been rookie of the year. He was averaging like 23 points a game, like 5 assists. Like he was playing really well.
I don't know what I don't get it. Like this is like I don't know.
By the way, I did find this weird. I don't know where. I know they played each other a whole. By the way, to the listeners, we're watching the Thunder Spurs right now for Game 1. But I did see this today, and I was kind of befuddled by it. But then I was thinking about it. Most of their games these two played against each other. You know, the Spurs won almost all of them. But they were all really close together.
Yeah, they played them all like
first
one
half of the season.
Yeah, I haven't played since like January.
I think they played like back to back, and then like a week later played in the playing.
Yeah,
they played like 3 times really close together.
Yeah, they played in the NBA Cup.
Yeah,
because the Spurs went like 3-1, like a month. Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the year, the Thunder were they like 15-0, and then all of a sudden they played the Spurs like 3 times and they were 15-3. Like something crazy like that. Like
the reason I brought it up is the stat I heard. It's not a stat, but the information I heard today was, in none of the games that these two guys played, did the Thunder have their starting bigs. Like they either had 0 of them or 1 of them in all the games against the Spurs. So like they were like with both the bigs healthy, that the Thunder may actually look different than they did in some of those games against the Spurs. Was that McCain right there?
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling the dude is really good.
Yeah.
And he does something in the NBA, something that translates everywhere you go. He shoots the 3.
yeah, well, he comes in when the SGA goes out,
Yes.
and he just and
They're taking Fournette off the dribble in the paint.
Well, anyway, Shea is at number 3. Probably should be at number 2. Biggie, you're killing me with that.
old Biggie.
And then at number 2, you can probably guess the next couple guys left. Number 2 is Luka. We had 3 people put him at 1. I'm sure 2 of them are in this room.
Yep.
I put him at 2.
Oh, did you really?
I put him at 1.
I think Dalton put him at 1.
I put him at 2.
And then Robert had him at lowest at 5. At 2 is,
I think I put him at
or
3.
at 1, I mean, is Uncle Doug and Brock and Dalton. That was the 3 that had him at number 1.
Much as I love Luka, we talked a little bit about Jokic. I mean, it's like what Jokic still he just keeps getting better. Even though like Luka obviously outscores him, but then like Jokic did the other 2, and Jokic way more efficient than what Luka is.
Yeah. Well, there's really 2 knocks on Luka at this point. 1, his non-existent defense, and 2, he's almost in the like Westbrook area of non-efficiency.
Can't remember what he shot
He does.
this year.
I think he's like in like 44% or something like that. I could be wrong.
I can't remember. No, for his career, it's not great. I just can't remember what he did.
And his 3-point shooting, depending on the season, sometimes he shoots pretty decent. Sometimes he shoots really bad. Sometimes he shoots in the middle. Like
I think he led the league in 3-pointers made per game. I think, but again, I don't know what at efficiency.
So this year he shot 47% from the field this year. So that's above his career average this year.
Yeah.
And 3-point was 36. So that's better than what it
I
had.
think 36 is like league average.
Yeah, 36 is decent. Luka puts up insane numbers. I mean, let's just be honest. He puts up insane numbers. I think just the knock on him right now is his defense does hurt whenever he come up with arguments to other guys. His defense does hurt him in that. But then Jokic and SGA just have things that he just hasn't accomplished yet. So it's hard to put him above those guys, I think. If they both won championships, he just hasn't gotten there yet. And they have MVPs. He doesn't yet. So I just think he's just got to accomplish those things. So, and I think he'll be on that level. But I mean, that's just how we usually try and fairly judge
He
people.
got a scoring title this year. So, I mean,
Was that his first scoring title?
I think so.
Was it? Well, SGA won the scoring title last year, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, Luka didn't qualify for awards last year. Last year, I think broke his streak of like being all NBA.
And Embiid won one not that long ago too, a scoring title.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was his first year.
Yeah.
It was surprising because he's had some huge scoring years. I guess he did average like 33.
No, he had another one. He had one in Dallas. One of his 33. Basically 34 when he was in Dallas. Yeah, this is his second scoring title.
Well, I mean, in reality, though, like if you're looking at Luka's career, I guess the question you got to ask yourself is like, we're far enough into it now. Like, are you going to go the way of James Harden, or are you going to go the way of a real superstar?
I think the Lakers need to get rid of LeBron.
Yeah.
Just retool, and then just see. You got a little stretch here before he gets older.
So he's 27 right now.
You just got to go for it. The Lakers have to go for it right now.
Yeah.
Just go.
They need that I'm talking about. We need a defensive wing, obviously, to be on the floor with him.
Yeah.
Like, someone score.
Another center.
Yeah, we need another center. Ayton was okay, but it wasn't crazy. Like,
Because obviously you guys don't want him to. I mean, the goal is for him to not be hard. Because
Right.
oh yeah,
you don't want him to end his career with these insane numbers but no championships, and then
yeah.
but
here's the other thing we just talked about a few minutes ago. If Wemby wins a couple MVPs, and then somebody like Shea sneaks back in and wins one more later, and then all of a sudden his prime's over, he doesn't have MVP.
Right. Yeah.
yeah, Ant's gonna start winning some probably at some point.
Yeah,
It's possible.
and then you got
There's always other guys.
there's a lot of other guys.
Tatum goes back to normal, he might get one.
I mean, hey, if 3 or 4 years from now, we might be talking about Cooper Flag.
Cade.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That flag's looking
Cade.
Cade
I mean,
Cunningham's a monster. I mean,
Yep.
good. Yeah.
who knows? I mean, who knows?
I mean, a bunch of these guys on this list all have arguments for it. Like, if Giannis gets back in the form, he hasn't been in, he was top 3 in a couple of those other years.
He did something. It was last year that it was last year or the year before. It was like his 5th straight year of a top 3 MVP finish.
Yeah,
Something like
so,
that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at all these guys on this list. They all have arguments for it.
Yeah. I don't think that hurts Luka. I don't know if it's fair or not. It's just how humans work. I think a lot of people kind of turned on him this year over a lot of the whining stuff. Then I think people's just overall opinion of him changed. So then, therefore, they just kind of.
Well, I mean, what
if you
it
don't
boils
like
down,
someone, you usually
what it
knock
boils
it
down to is people were irritated about the whining to begin with, and then he went to the most televised team in the league.
You see him a lot more on TV.
Yeah,
in LA.
so now-
Seen a lot more on TV.
Yeah, so he's on TV all the
Playing
time.
in LA and with LeBron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it makes it worse because LeBron don't play defense.
Right.
No one plays defense.
17 doesn't play it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Reeves, Luka, and LeBron out there.
And
Like,
I think
the 3 of them, and then it's Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton. Who's playing defense besides Marcus Smart? And he's getting older.
Right.
Yeah, he's not the same guy he was.
I think
Pretty good pickup.
And then when you take him off the floor, you put Luke Kennard out there. Who's he playing defense on? Rui plays a little defense.
And Vanderbilt was their defensive guy.
Vanderbilt's such
He
a
just
head case at this
kinda-
point.
I
That
don't
boy,
know,
like,
he disappeared on me this year.
I
I
don't
think the
know.
part that hurts him is there's a lot of guys that bitch too much. Like there's a lot of them.
There is a lot of them.
I think what hurts him is he gets so into it, he doesn't run back on defense.
No, that's so into
It does look bad. And I think
does.
people focus in on it, and they're just like, well,
is.
he's already bad on defense, and now he's not even running back because he's arguing.
And he led the league in technicals.
So it's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like the second time.
if he can just calm it down a little bit
It is a
and-
problem
and
sometimes.
not run back, then I think he would get it would.
Well,
affect him a little bit.
I think there was a couple times during the year Reddick didn't name him by name, but he was taking direct shots at him. Like, this isn't team basketball. We're hurting ourselves with giving up all these extra free throws. Like, who else is he talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
JJ doesn't care.
no, JJ doesn't.
JJ doesn't care.
Yeah,
He's a
been
good coach for
thrashing
the
Ayton.
Lakers.
He's been-
I think he's been a good coach for
I like
because
that.
I was kind of skeptical about how is this going to go.
And he starts thrashing Aiden. It's so funny.
Yeah.
He goes at Aiden so hard.
He goes at everybody. I feel like but he does. He does.
He goes at Aiden.
Well, shall we round this list out, boys? And at number 1, who's been at number 1 all year,
Yep.
is Nikola Jokic. He received 9 of the 12 first place votes. Dalton had him at 3. I don't know who. Oh, and Uncle Doug had him at 2. So did Brock and somebody else. I guess. I don't know. That's it, right? So yeah, I mean, I don't know why Dalton had him at 3. I don't know that it's worthy of a phone call, but he didn't come in any lower than 3. Nobody else can say that. He and like we've talked about him quite a bit tonight already. I don't know. There's a ton left to say. He just had a ridiculously
And
good
he could have
offensive
been the
season.
MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I mean, we may look back on this season almost like we look at Wilt's 50-20 season. You know, like where we're just like, how in the hell did this happen?
It's not like they weren't good. They were the 3rd seed in the West.
Yeah, they were the 3rd seed, and they were the 3rd seed with Joker missing like a
I
month.
would say they were up there at 2 for a while,
Yeah.
and then he got hurt. Wemby came back, and the Spurs passed him.
Right. You know, so
I would say it's.
But so that being said, as usual, we had 12 voters over with the following favorite teams: Magic, Lakers, Pacers, T-Wolves, 76ers, Celtics, Nets, and Bulls. We do have a growing number of Celtics fans voting for this.
Yeah, how do-
I don't really know
Yeah.
how we end up doing that.
We all know Celtics fans.
Right. And then players that received votes but missed the list were Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant. We talked about the 2 of them. Leonard received 6 votes. Durant received 3. Steph Curry received 2. I do believe that was Drew and Mark.
I've done it before. Let me check.
And then LeBron received 2 votes again.
Biggie.
I do believe it was Biggie and Buddy.
Oh, Robert had Curry. I did not.
Did you strike again with
you did
Avia?
not.
I didn't this time.
Huh?
What?
No, that's an Alex. Did you strike again with any Avia?
No, but Avia did receive a vote. It was Brock.
Oh,
No.
Robert stuck with his guns and put Cooper Flag on his list. And I do believe it was Schaller maybe had Tyrese Maxey.
I'll be honest. We might have
Yeah,
underestimated
he
Tyrese Maxey a little bit.
Schaller had Tyrese.
Maxey had a pretty good season.
kinda
He
tore it
played
up.
well. Yeah, he did.
Schaller had Maxey at 7. He didn't just have him at the end of his list. He had him
Oh.
at 7.
I thought about it.
Maxey did have pretty nice.
He did.
It was pretty good.
I put Maxey on my midseason list.
So did I.
I've thought about him a couple times
I'll
this
be
year.
honest, I might have missed that.
So yeah, I mean, we did a few players that received votes were taken off. Siakam received a vote midseason.
Yeah.
Trying to remember who else. I thought Avia was going to leave, and then Brock forgot what was there. But I think I have it over here. Let's see. Jalen Johnson and Devin Booker received votes midseason.
Jalen Johnson did have a nice year.
He had a really good year, yeah.
Devin Booker's always good. But
Well, is there anything else we want to add, gents, before we get off this?
Well,
I think so. No.
We're done. We're not going to do another after the playoffs episode for this. So you won't see any of these extra episodes where we're ranking things for a while because we don't have one for baseball. So basketball is wrapped up, football is wrapped up. So you won't see another one until we're doing quarterbacks again for
Yeah.
football.
just get ready for them Pacers next year. That's what I'm saying.
boy.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to Sports the NEMO Way.